I'm Kurt Treeby, and this is my piece called Atari Skies, Enduro 1. The piece is part of a series I'm doing that is based on old video games. So I'm a fiber artist working predominantly with crochet, though I've done other types of fiber art as well. And the idea behind these pieces was the fact that crochet is typically thought of as like older, maybe like done by older people. My grandmothers both were worked with crochet or knitting. So I think that we sometimes have those ideas that that's what people do when they're older. So the idea of like an old craft combined with video games that are becoming old, right? Some of the oldest video game consoles are antiques at this point, getting on to 50 years. So combining those two old kind of things, something that we might always think of as older, like fiber art, and then something that we don't necessarily think of as old, like video games. We tend to think of video games as like modern technology, even though the technology, at least the oldest technology, isn't really modern anymore. So combining those ideas, but then thinking about parts of video games, for example, the landscapes. Oftentimes, old video games on a very limited scale would try to portray a landscape. And with this game particularly, which is a racing game, it was very innovative at the time because it showed like times of the day. So the sun setting and then it would get dark outside. So those types of ideas are what I'm kind of thinking of, looking at how different programmers considered the landscape and how they showed it in different games and similarities and differences and kind of working with those kinds of ideas.